Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. Today let's talk about onions. We'll give you an update on how it's going. These are the second crop of bunching onions this year. The first ones from that we replanted last year that was this same stage. They went to seed. We saved the seed, and then you pull up the onions and separate them, and we set them back a couple months after we cut them down. Just to save the bulb, and then we replanted them. Now these are about 28 to 30 inches tall. They're really a fast-growing onion. These are starting to multiply now. A lot of these have 2 or 3 onions, smaller onions in each one. Some of them still just a single. But this is the stage, and these are only been in the ground probably about a month and a half. I don't even think it'd been 2 months. This is my first stage of the bunching onions that I cut the tops off just a while back. In fact, the tops hadn't even completely dried out, and you can see how much I cut these back to about 2 inches, and you can see how much they've grown out already, and they're getting thicker. I'll continue to do that again. Once they get a little bit taller, I'll cut them back again and let them get just a little bit bigger, then I'll transplant them out. Now let's see what the ones that were planted 4 days ago looks like. Now this is 4 days after they was planted, and this is the bunching onions. Now they tend to want to germinate really quick. The red onions you can't hardly see, but there's little white hairs in there where they're just now starting to come up, and they've been kind of covered without the sun, so they'll start greening up. And these in here, I'm going to keep them covered. They're starting to germinate, but they're not germinating all the way. These are the Texas early granos, and they're germinating good after 4 days. That's what they look like. Now the Spanish sweet onions haven't germinated yet. They always tend to be a little bit slower in the germination process, and I couldn't see any sign of germination on those, but like I say, they're a little slower on the germination process. But as you can see, I've covered these tubs with cellophane. I hadn't had to water them anymore. I'll just keep them covered till I get real good germination, and then once they get fairly good size, we'll trim them up. But I thought you might want to see just how quick these are. So if you want a quick onion to grow that really does good, the bunching onion, like I say, it is a warmer onion. It's not a sweet onion, but it's real good for cooking. If you don't mind the extra spicy flavor of an onion, it's a good table onion, and it grows fast. So if you want to plant them like later in the year, like now, you can still get you a good crop of table onions. And as you can see, I seeded these in heavy. It's just like looks like grass in there, but they'll grow just fine. It won't be long. These will be ready to put out and plant. If you want to keep updated on more of mine, just hit the subscribe if you hadn't already subscribed. Hit the bell, you'll be notified. Share and like it. Happy gardening.